Hi everyone, thank you for coming. It's always a joy to come together for the purpose of personal and collective evolution. Tonight's topic is about how can we continue to develop our soul potentials during this pandemic. The pandemic has created many experiences that represent symbols of crossroads in our journey. Each individual, along with our entire world, has turned our life upside down due to the reconstruction of the Earth planet energies. There is a vibrational crisis in the air which affects our earth ground. As we will continue to go forward to the next month, we will be continuing to be impacted by the pandemic virus and its countless ways it has disturbed our pattern of living. From the inner perspective view, the crisis is much more than a virus that has spread globally. It is about a host of issues involving how we choose to live our life, our physical and spiritual life, for our personal evolution, as well how we choose to act and live with one another on earth. The pandemic is a situation that eventually will disappear, but the crisis issues on what each individual need to work on will somehow remain until they are resolved. Spirit is saying we are going through a battle of the wills, our ego versus the wisdom of our higher self. We are on the edge of a transformation. We humans are wired to want to have certainties and guarantees. We want to feel that we are in control, especially during the pandemic. It's usually natural to want to get back to normal, but the normal of yesterday will not be the normal of today or of tomorrow. It's understandable that our personality is weary of all the adapting we have to do. But those of us who are on the path of spiritual awakening knows that there is a better way to respond to these situations. We know that allowing our ego to be in charge simply adds more challenges to the crisis. We know that we must learn to see ourselves and our reality in a quantum way. As well, we need to expand our self-awareness to meet the new challenges that are meant for our future spiritual growth. Resistance, I am making resilience. Got tongue-tied for a moment. Resilience is the key to our success. We are aware that the month of September is a shift in the season, and its energy is already felt not only within us, but also in our surroundings. We are experiencing highs and low vibrational energies. Some people are experiencing a sense of being tired, a fogged mind as to what they need to do to follow their purpose in life. Others are confused about their career because of a loss of a job or a closing of a business. Others are experiencing visions and strange feelings that they can't explain, dreams that they cannot make sense of. Others is experiencing what they call an awakening or a rebirth. We are about to make a spiritual leap into the next stage of our development. And many people have lost their innocence from being who they really are because they choose the materialistic living instead instead of keeping the balance of spiritual living through their physical self. We need to remind ourselves that we are a spiritual energy being and that we have the potential to fully embrace our spirituality while going through our physical experiences on earth. However, like everything in life, embarking on a spiritual path is a choice. Along our journey, life presents us with choices, always for the purpose in leading us to greater stages of development. As individuals, we progress mostly along the same line or path. When we have practiced and learned the awareness of that spiritual dimension, we are given the choice whether to stay immersed in that status quo dimension or to continue to explore deeper depths of our spiritual journey. The intersection choices can appear at any time during our journey of life. The key is to stay alert and listen to the wisdom of our heart. Maybe people like to confine themselves to the pattern on how they've been conditioned in doing things in the same way. Some people do not welcome change to come through, so their spiritual development ends there. But in due time, they will discover that their style of work that they have been used to will eventually consume their energy because they were giving power to their human perception, which makes our life become self-centered, which means our personality likes to stay in control rather than giving way to the soul that needs to return to its divine self through personal growth. We remain at the same dimension when we choose to become self-centered. We can never experience happiness or contentment by suppressing our soul and our spirit. The mind needs to feed the soul. Otherwise, life could not exist as we really are. While other people feel that there's more to life, which makes them to be more open-minded and open to welcome change to take place in their life. This kind of people look for a deeper meaning in life. They seek to fulfill their meaning and purpose. We, as a soul, is the core of our being on the dimension of earth. By connecting to our inner guidance system and raising our consciousness, the mind nurtures the soul and the soul nurtures the mind. When the body, mind, and soul are at harmony with one another, we are communicating with the spiritual world. The spiritual world is right here with us on earth. We feel it. We see it through our inner vision. We know it through our higher self. The spiritual world vibrates at a higher vibrational frequency. So when we keep our energy at a higher vibration, we are open to our multi-vibrational frequencies to that dimension. But some people like to accumulate material possessions and power so that their physical energy will not be compatible to their spiritual energy, which gives them a feeling of being lost or disconnected with their soul and with the world around them. All of us at different levels of human desire want to help others. But many people believe that they need to develop mediumship potentials in order to help others. Mediumship abilities are connected to clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, psychometry, trance, etc. But as souls, the healing and the channeling vibrations is connected through the heart, which is the connection to our higher self. So each time we give out love, we are connected to our higher self. As well, we heal ourselves when we are in this connection. When we give out love, we help others to heal themselves. The spiritualism movement that began with the Fox sister revealed that forming a circle with a prayer, we can invite the spirits to come through. As well, spiritualism has revealed that by focusing and concentrating on a person, we will eventually develop our clairvoyant ability. Over the years, the spiritualist churches continued with this style of mediumship development. But we also have taken notice that mediumship over the years has been changing drastically due to the evolution of the human consciousness. The main purpose of mediumship is to remove the veil of death by bringing proof of eternal existence. Once we are convinced of this, we need to move forward and learn more about who we are and our connection to divine life, which is perfect, whole, and complete, which is who we really are. The teachings of the inner world is that we help and serve others through many other potentials that we have. We develop automatically when we raise our human awareness and meditate, because meditation is the link that connects the human personality with our true self. I would like to offer you some pointers here that was given to me a while back. We automatically evolve each time when we serve others from our heart. When we are not afraid of the unknown or uncertainties. When we live from joy, gratitude, and appreciation from what life has given us. When we have self-esteem, self-respect, when we trust and have confidence in ourselves, when we are doers of our word, when we try to live from our soul self, when we realize that there is a purpose to our life, even though we may not be aware of what our purpose is, we are evolving. Being the best person for ourselves, we are evolving. When we create projects and set goals that makes us feel good and spiritually giving, we are evolving. We grow when we focus on the process of the work rather than the results of the work. Being confident that you will achieve your goals is evolving. Thinking positive, staying focused, being persistent, being open-minded to allow expansion to come through is growing. Accepting failures and setbacks, that they are part of a human journey, for they represent learning opportunities. When we trust our intuition, which comes from our soul self, guiding us to make better decisions or choices, as well giving us a better clarity of vision, of direction. We are growing and evolving when we believe in ourselves. But these are just a few pointers, but there's much, much more. And now I would like to share with you what other potentials and abilities we have that go unnoticed with some people. Courage is a potential. The ability to overcome challenges is an ability and a potential. The courage to step forward and represent yourself for who you are, to say what you feel without being intimidated on how other people think of you, is a potential. The giving of yourself, which is the ability to help others when they need support and not asking anything in return, is an ability. When you love, which is the ability to love people for who they are and not for what they do, is a potential. Self-understanding, which is not passing judgment or criticism or condemning yourself for the things that you have done wrong during your human moments of ignorance, or shall I say when you were dormant, is a potential. Your trust and confidence in yourself is an ability that you have achieved what you decided, what you want to do or did. Your creativity, turning your ideas to something tangible, is a potential. Being open to change, which is learning, is an ability that you have been accepting and working, and you've made it stronger. Your compassion and empathy towards others as they go through their personal growth is an ability that you have. Speaking from your heart, being positive, practical, sincere, loyal, being committed in whatever you say or you want to do. But these are just a few pointers that expresses the ability that one has developed. When we live from our soul, we are connected to the truth and to the reality of our higher consciousness that releases the potentials of the spirit. My greatest personal challenge of life has been what Spirit taught me was that every fault that we see in others touches a denied weakness in ourselves. These are spirit words. So we need to realize that our human self is imperfect, but that we are not our personality, nor our thoughts, nor our emotions. We are the awareness that is aware of the connection to our thought mind, to our emotions, and to our personality. So when we keep that in mind, that we are a spiritual energy light being, having a temporarily earth experience, this alone guides us to make another step and another step and another step in our personal development. So for us to realize what are our abilities, it is not just the mediumship faculty. That is just a tiny part. Some souls have brought forth their mission on earth to be a medium until their departure, to help people to awaken that there is no death and that life continues after the transition. And yet there's other mediums who have greater ambition to want to further their evolution in understanding who they are, where they come from, what is their connection with Source, and how to connect with Source, and all this searching for finding our oneness with all that is. So whatever your life purpose is, act on it, but don't depend on others to give you the message or the answers that you need to seek for yourself. Just because one time Spirit was guiding you, it doesn't mean that it will continue always to guide you when you need to guide yourself first, and then you have their support and their blessing that will help you to empower that which you have chosen to want to create or to have or to develop. So keep in mind that we are the master of our own existence. No one tells us what to do. Our spiritual guides are there to help us in whatever we are choosing to do, in keeping us on the path of spirituality. So life is very simple and it's beautiful, but depending on how you choose to make it for yourself. So I thank you for listening to my soul wisdom, which may not be your soul wisdom. So please always follow your heart. If what I made sense has some tiny inspiration for you that has helped you to understand things better, then take it, bless it, and work with it. If you don't understand, if you don't, if you didn't understand what was shared, then don't knock it down. Just keep it aside for a later date, because as we continue to evolve, we will come to term with what we have heard many years ago, but we weren't ready for that truth. So I bless you, I thank you, I empower you to be the best that you can be for yourself. And thank you for participating in this session. Thank you.